Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Panda Photographer, and would you pay $1.2 million for this view? I'm in Long Island City, and I was in front of an apartment complex that wanted $1.2 million for a 2-bedroom apartment. So with that said, everyone, Long Island City has some structural bad planning. Let me explain why that is. First and foremost, Long Island City architecture. And you guys planned these buildings, but you didn't build a cell phone infrastructure in this area. The reason why I say that because I can never do a live stream properly in this area every time I'm in New York City. This area is just notorious for no cell phone reception whatsoever. So you're telling me you spend billions of dollars in building these luxury homes, and you guys never thought about building a cell phone infrastructure? It's a lack of the responsibility of city planners. Because what happens when you have like 4th of July, you had an overload of people using one cell phone tower, and I couldn't live stream or have any cell phone communication whatsoever. That is bad. The New York City of New York, that is bad. If something happened, no one can get to 911. That is really bad. I can't make phone calls. That's pretty bad. So take everything what I say with a grain of salt. Would you pay $1.2 million just to live in a 2-bedroom condominium that you're going to be leasing? Would you pay that much? Because I wouldn't. Not for this. Especially there's no cell phone infrastructure in this park. But as soon as I leave the park, I get good exception. Not perfect exception, but I get good exception from my service. So that goes to show you, like, it's a lack of responsibility for these city planners to build such housing for the wealth, but you still don't, and you didn't realize that you have to build a cell phone tower infrastructure for the long and heavy traffic that's going to come through this park. Mind you, you're probably seeing about 10 to 30 million people a year in this park, right? So why not build the cell phone infrastructure towers? But you didn't. That's core New York City planning for you. So I am pre-recording this. Unfortunately, I tried to do a live stream and that's failed. Now, there's another issue we have here. People are not reading the signs. Not supposed to feed the animals. You know why you're not supposed to feed the animals? Because you're going to throw the birds into this park, and now they're going to migrate in this park, and they're going to poop over this park. That's why you're not supposed to feed the pigeons or the birds. But then again, like, the police are not going to force it. Parks Department are going to force it unless this was in the neighborhood of poverty. Yeah. Imagine exactly. You guys know where I'm going with that, right? Yeah. So, why do people come here? Just for the scene, just to look nice or show up in some cases. But honestly, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a neighborhood I wouldn't want to live in. Because no one enforces the rules here, because the rich live here. So, but I guarantee you go out outside this neighborhood and you go to any other neighborhood,
My mom.
Jackson Heights, Victoria. Yeah, they force the rules out there. Yeah, target the unfortunate and the poor. Remind you, like half of New York, the rich on the ones that are actually violating the laws in the city too. They litter too. They piss. They drink out in public just like everyone else, but they are not being told. Would you pay $1.2 million for this video? I would not. It's not worth when I can just come here by train every day for $275 and live substantially and rent an apartment suitable for my needs. Like I said, I think some people are just overcompensating for things they don't have. Like small brains and little penises. By the way, it's going to rain in a few hours, so you may see a live stream of me in the rain again. But the tide is pretty high today, you can tell. Look at the tide, it's so high today. Because normally, you see that rock right there? Normally you would see it kind of a little bit bigger. And there's another rock to my left over here. You can see it much bigger and much longer, but the tides are a little bit high today. Don't get me wrong, friends, this is a nice view, but it's not worth 1.2 million, in my opinion. And I'm sorry if I offend anyone in Long Island City, but I have watched you guys. I have video. I watched you guys don't pick up your dog's poop. I watched you guys do things on the street that normal people do, but we got tickets, and you guys don't get tickets here. So you need to think about that advantage that you have. How police target poor and they don't target you. And you should, if you care about your people in New York City, you should say something about that. Honestly. So, you know, taking from someone that's traveled and lived a lot of other places, that's not acceptable. That a demographic is being targeted, and another demographic is not being targeted. With that said, everyone, I'm out of here.